Girl, what the heck did you do? That already is leagues above what you just did. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? It's your boy Roar. Now, some of you guys have no idea that I used to dance before I pursued music and ultimately, reactions and stuff on YouTube. But I did. And before I got into waving and the robot and that kind of thing, I looked at b-boying, or breakdance, as some people call it. I wasn't very good at it, but there was so much variety in moves that you could do. I think it's one of the most inclusive dance styles. There's so much that you can do, so much you can play with. There's plenty of people that prioritize power moves. There's a lot of people who do top rock. There's a lot of people who do down rock, a lot of, shows of musicality. And just like any other dance battle, there's plenty of ways that you can show off your skill. And I want to see, because the internet has been hating on Raygun a while back, I want to see if there's any validity to what's going on. I've just seen pictures, and I've just seen edited clips where people are like, how'd they even qualify? I feel like most things on the internet, people don't have real knowledge of something, but they didn't like it, and because they didn't like it, they think it's bad, which is not true. There are plenty of artists out there that I don't like personally. I don't like listening to them, but they are talented. And I think, just using Jimmy Kimmel and Brad Pitt's breakdance conversation skit that they did a while ago, one of the top comments on that video was like, what even is this? Nobody does this anymore. And I'm like, okay, so you don't know anything about breakdance culture. Cool. That doesn't mean it's old and tired just because you know nothing about it. This is a weird thing about the internet. Let's just see if they have any credence with this critique.
That's what it's about.
Raygun versus Nika. It's so cool that this stuff hit mainstream, on the world stage. Okay, there's Raygun right there. Nice. Definitely appreciates wearing the hat. There's so many ways that, you can skin your body and scrape yourself by doing all sorts of spins and stuff like that on the floor. So protecting yourself, very good. I wouldn't want to have hair that length, but that's okay.
Next up to battle, we have from Australia, Big ol' Raygun, and she'll be going up against...
We got the emu and the kangaroo
Nika
on there.
From Lithuania.
Or ostrich, I mean, not emu. Okay.
We're getting through this round robin again.
Acting like you're the best. That's what you got to do in a competition.
Will move to the quarterfinal after this round.
Okay. And this is Rika.
This is an elimination round.
Excuse me.
And then we get to the good stuff, Ronnie.
She's got the head protection too,
Nika
and the long
on.
sleeves. Nice, she's ready to go.
Nika's only 17 years old.
No way. Jeez, how old was Raygun? Let's go back real quick. Let's go back. Let's just compare. Let's see. What? 36? Oh, 1 year older than me. And many years more skilled than me. I can tell immediately. Because she's up there.
Nika's only 17 years old.
Wow, okay. So that's going to be a bit of a difference. It's going to be a bit of a difference. About half your life. A little more than that.
Quite an age difference in these two dancers.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes the older dancers are more seasoned, more experienced. They can be...
And of course, the judges all hyping them up and everything, like they're supposed to.
more calm on a stage like this.
Okay.
While the younger may be more athletic.
True.
Again, Nika, a favorite for the entire competition.
Something they were saying about how the young might be more athletic, but the older might be more experienced. I mean, that's true, but I've seen everyone from like Lil Crab to B-Boy Cloud to plenty of UK breakers that they keep the stamina going. They're able to just deliver. What I'm more interested in is whether or not maybe Raygun just had a bad attitude while she was dancing. Because I know that if some people just don't like the attitude and the personality of the performer, they equate that to no talent, which isn't realistic, but that's what people do. So I wonder if that's the case, because then I can kind of understand the backlash, but let's just see.
Has been winning a lot lately.
Ooh.
Has been
Okay, she's jumping. She's
so
got
far.
energy.
She's hungry.
Let's go. Yeah, very hungry. Ooh, nice. Hey. Ooh, okay. Nice. Love the
When
musicality
they
there.
announced that breaking was going to be the Olympics in 2000.
Ooh, Okay, so first of all, there's two things I want to point out that I like. I don't know all the names for all the moves. It's been many, many years since I practiced anything. But I do know how she's being musical with the beat. She's doing the kick and step. That's one of the most fundamental top rock moves. You're, moving your hands like that. And there's a variety of ways you can do it, right? Just like with the drums, you can do a 4/4 beat on the hi-hat, snare, and bass drum, or you can do it on the ride, the toms, and the snare, right? Once you learn the timing of something, you can mix it up however you want, so long as you're keeping to that beat. The world's your oyster, which is one of the best things about dance. So her going dun, 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 like with her arms and feet at the same time, following that instead of just dun, 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 like she was doing that with all her limbs at the same time. So she's paying attention to focus in on certain parts of the beat. I love that. That's very, very cool. And then she was doing something here too where it looked like she was kind of making herself trip as she was doing the top rock, or not tripping, but like leaning into it, like you're off balance, but then you're still delivering. So
when they announced that breaking was going to be the Olympics in 2019.
Yeah, so it's like you kind of put that leg up like you're going to kick it out, but then you lean into going back and forth with that top rock. I love that.
She made it a goal.
Ooh, nice.
5 years ago to be on the
handspin.
stage.
Very cool.
She is.
That's a tough move. Hey, 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 hey. Wow. My back is cracking just thinking of doing any of these moves. Ooh, little slide into that kick.
That's new.
Cool.
I've never seen her do that before.
Very smooth. Hey. Oh, nice. That was very smooth. One of the things I loved is the variety of ways that she was sort of interlacing her legs only to slide out to something. You'll see here, obviously, she's not hitting every move at the same intensity. She's going like it's something you see even in rap, right? If you're a good rapper, you're not going to have the same flow the whole time, unlike Nav. Check out I Am. Literally how he starts his first verse is literally how he goes for the whole song. That's not ability coming through. Point being here, she's showing a lot of versatility with that and changing up her flow and her structure as she's dancing here. I really, really like that. There was something else I was going to mention, and then it just didn't go out, so we're just going to go into Raygun's part here. Or it didn't come out in my head. Oh, that's the other thing I remembered. She's not trying to mess with Raygun. There's plenty of ways, whether it's a rap battle or a dance battle, that getting up in someone's face, kind of challenging them, being like, "Hey, I'm gonna get you." That is one of the many ways that you can get the crowd on your side. In some cases, and I say this more with rap than dance. I feel like with dance it's a little bit more cut and dried, but in rap, because there is some subjectivity to even lyricism itself, you can have the crowd on your side even if the other guy was declared the winner, right? But it looks like she's just coming in and she's just showing her skill, being like, "This is what I do, and I wanna beat you on a skill for skill level." So let's see what Raygun does.
Solid first round for Nika.
Okay.
Here Raygun with the answer.
Looking for some attention from the crowd. Okay, there we go. Hey. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, a little slow. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Showing some stuff. Okay. Oh, hold on. What the heck? Did my internet just went out. Oh my gosh. I love it when the internet do that. Let's go back. Okay. A little confused with part of this performance, but let's just see what happens here.
I've never seen her do that before.
Yeah, so Rika definitely has a much faster tempo. And I would think that Raygun would want to match that.
Solid first round for Nika.
Like, I wouldn't want to walk around gesturing to the audience. That's a little bit weird, but I mean, if we didn't see what she did immediately afterwards, I would think, okay, maybe she's just going to go into something crazy. You can take a little bit more time to ingratiate the crowd before you go, but she immediately dropped the tempo by like half.
Here's Raygun with the answer.
And now I'm not saying what you should have done, or you could have done this move or you could have done that move. I don't have the flexibility to do any of these moves. That's half the reason why I stopped pursuing that style. But I would think that she would go at least a little bit faster, because here she starts off with the same timing. She's going the same kind of speed, which is good. But then when you go down on the floor, you're supposed to keep that tempo going. And she's kind of stepping into some down rock here, which is okay, but I would try and explode with something speedy after that. See, now that was okay. You spun into a knee spin, and then you're grabbing your legs, and there's plenty of ways you can interlace them, but normally that leads to something, like even with the robot or whatever, or like popping. You can interlace your legs or something and then hit in isolation, where you move your foot and then you move your head and then you move your foot and then you go back up to something else or whatever. Like there's ways you can transition from one move to another, and I'm not seeing too much movement here. So there, she pushed her other foot there. She pushed her other foot over so that she could stand up. That's an isolation. You're doing some transition work here, but it's still slow. Okay, cool. And then you got your leg up, and then it looks like you're going into a shoulder freeze, but she didn't really hit that. Okay, but then there you're on your forearm and you're spinning. Okay, cool. What was that? That was okay. That was not. You could have done so much more. You were on the floor right there. Stay with that. I mean, I thought if anything, if you're going to jump, go into a dive, or what they call a sewer slide, where you jump and it looks like you're going to land on your neck, and then last second you go into a roll or a freeze or something. It's meant to kind of be an accent piece for the audience, especially. Okay, what the... Oh my gosh, of course the internet just does not want to work right now. Love it. I don't know what the heck that is. Let's watch that. Okay, so she's spinning, she's doing some stuff, but she's just going so slow. And what is that? That killed all the momentum for me. If I were just watching this, not as anyone who knows anything about dance, I'd be like, what are you doing? Are we doing burpees right now? Like, why? That's really weird to throw that in when you have not been matching anyone's style. There's a lot of ways that you can throw in something goofy, throw in something, like, oh, hey, I'm doing this goofy little thing over here to show I'm so confident in myself, I'm not being too serious. But you do that after you did something crazy. She's already slower than Nika and has not been showing half of the prowess that she has.
It's really nice that regardless of the result, these dancers get to show their stuff.
Okay, so I see what...
For a couple battles here in the round robin. A nice chance to
So she's showing skill, she's just going so slow.
Displaying their creativity.
I mean, creativity is fine. Like, this takes skill. Not everybody can do this move. I will bet money on that, right? But if you can't go fast in certain areas, or if you're not as skilled in certain areas, if you can't do all the power moves, if you can't do all that stuff, show your speed and ability elsewhere. And then with creativity, there's something to being able to showcase what you can do. But when you're in a battle, it's not about like, hey, pay attention to all these intricacies. Even in finger tutting, a lot of people don't know much about that style. It's not prevalent on YouTube like it used to be. There was guys who did dance competitions where they did finger tutting and like all these cool little things. There's so much neat stuff that you can do. And I remembered one of the judges was like, hey, pay attention. It's all in the details. Like, okay, so he was calling the audience to be like, hey, watch what's going on. It's not going to be these big flashy moves. It's going to be these little intricate things that are really cool. But that's not what most lay people know dance to be. They know the big moves. They know the crazy speed. They know all that stuff. So, yeah, you can have details, but is this really the fastest she can go, is my immediate thought. Like, she's not doing anything bad here, I think. I think some of the little slide that she was doing before, that seemed a little out of place. I didn't like the jump. But other than that, the rest of this is talent. I just don't get the slow speed there.
And Nika knows, you can see, Nika knows she's probably in a slightly higher level.
That was the end of your set? What the heck was that? You don't grin at the audience and pull a sprinkler when you've done nothing to kill your competition.
She's probably...
What are you doing, lady? Like, what is that? That I don't understand. I can get someone being arrogant and being like, oh, I'm so great. Like, I've seen dancers do that before. In some cases, it's warrant. In other cases, you kind of have a big head about what you're doing. And yeah, maybe you might be that great, and maybe you did just kill the competition, and you want to pull up, a little bit of a disrespectful move. But you have not done anything to match what Nika did in skill or speed. I would not have done anything like that. If this were a rap battle, that is immediately my opening sentence as I completely dismantle for the audience how less skilled you are than me. That is what I would do.
Slightly higher level.
Shoot, even the twins, they were big with America's Got Talent and stuff a few years back. They would frequently take the biggest move that their competitor did and make fun of it before they do their part. I would be surprised if Nika didn't do a little bit of a sprinkler just to insult her. Because that's what you do in dance competitions. It also really gets the audience on your side, because it seems like Nika is the crowd favorite here.
Great. Gives her confidence going into the quarterfinals. If she moves
okay,
on.
she's just going back into her stuff.
The music that they've been playing have been on fire.
I hope they save something for the later rounds.
Yeah, later rounds is important too. Like, maybe you had a bad first impression, but then you can pull it out and do better next time. Ooh! Wow, she is so smooth with those transitions, though. That's crazy.
Such a pleasure watching Nika move.
She is keeping the same tempo. I think there's something to that if you want to, really show your versatility. You don't stop. That's another thing I didn't like about Raygun. Like, even if they were playing a really slow beat and that really matched the tempo that she was doing, there was so many times that she'd turn and stop. Well, you just look like you don't have any stamina when you do that.
So smooth, so much flow.
Yeah, she really knows how to put together a cohesive
See,
round.
now here, she took half a second to be a little bit slower after she was doing crazy footwork with the down rock, and then now she's taken a little bit of a second because you've already grabbed people's attention. You've already been like, look at how quick I'm going. Okay, now I'm going to do this little, like, encircling my arm around my leg type thing.
Yeah, she really knows how to put together a cohesive round of everything.
Yes, that's exactly what I would say. She knows how to...
It look so easy.
Ooh, I loved how much her leg was swinging out and she was kind of like flowing into that move. That's so cool. It looked effortless, like what he was saying. I do agree with that judge that she knows how to put together a cohesive performance. I love that.
Effortless.
Ooh. So you're doing that freeze where you prop yourself up like that, and then you kind of have your arm like dragging around. That's really cool. I would have pulled that up and done a little sprinkler. Because the audience would have loved that. Even if it wasn't necessary, you're poking a little bit at the competition. That is just part of the culture of competition, especially in dance. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey. Oh, is she going to throw out the sprinkler? Nope, she was just doing showmanship, even there at the end. I think she was impersonating the DJ right there with the disc scratch. That's cool. She was keeping it to, I want to show you how good I am at doing this thing. That's cool.
And here's the final response from
Ray. What are you clapping for? Like, that better be I'm tired, but I'm going to be respectful as best as my tired limbs can be, because she was panting as Rika was doing her thing. So, okay, that better have been respectful, or that's going to be points off.
B-Girl Raygun. Looks like Nika took that first round.
Girl, what are you doing? Oh, girl, you did not just do any of that. That was horrendous. You took so much time walking around, pointing when the audience is not on your side. You can do that if they're already cheering for you. That's where you feed off of the energy of the crowd. They are giving you none. And then you looked like you were about to go into it and you stalled, and then now you're doing this hopping stuff. What are you doing? I mean, even if you want, because the beat was maybe she was trying to hit that as like a false start because it was maybe, but you're hopping around like a giraffe. You're not, or yeah, hopping around like a giraffe, hopping around like a kangaroo. That's not warranted right now. No. You could have done those same motions while actually doing something interesting, instead of trying to be like, oh, look how silly and non-serious I am. That's not a good way to get the crowd on your side. You don't do that. Okay. Okay, so we have... All right. What are you doing? This is not the opportunity to be expending energy on being goofy. This is the time to pull out all that energy that you apparently didn't have in the first round to get to stepping. Be swinging those legs around. Do the down rock. Do the thing. Whatever you have to do, whatever you're actually good at, you need to pull that out in spades right now. What is this? You do that after you've already killed everybody. That's when you play it out and be silly. I mean, this stuff takes work, but, like, you're not showing her up. And you did, okay, I saw that move where you had your arms out and your legs out and you tapped your toes. Cool. While you're on your head. Neat. I feel like that would be maybe more impressive to just other dancers. But you are slower than her, you're slower than Rika, and you are not showing half as much stamina as what she's doing. That is the most basic thing that any audience member is going to pay attention to. So you not even noticing that and just being slower, that's really not going to be points in your favor.
Is that a kangaroo reference, Ronnie?
I believe so. She's representing her country.
Girl, what are you doing? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Okay, cool. Like, if you did that as you were doing actual faster stuff, then that would be warranted. That would look really cool. That would be a great moment of showcasing strength. But you're going so slow. It's being lost here.
Is that a kangaroo reference, Ronnie?
And then you walk away like that was really the coolest thing.
country.
Girl, what are you doing? That's terrible. I mean, even if you want to be like, yeah, I'm from the land of the kangaroo or whatever, you do that right after you obliterate the opponent. Right after you have the crowd getting up and they're jumping around and they're cheering, that's when you hit the don't do that after you've done nothing. And not only that, but walking away for like 10 seconds. Shut. Stop it.
Is that a kangaroo reference, Ronnie?
What's bro doing down here on the left, laughing like that's the funniest thing he's ever seen? He clearly is on Rika's side. I'm embarrassed for her. That makes
it was
me...
a kangaroo thing. Okay.
And then look, Rika had to go all the way across the stage to dap her up and be like, hey, appreciate the battle. Dude, way better character, way better ability on the floor. She wasn't even trying to get the crowd on her side or disrespect her opponent. She could have done that. She could have easily done that in the second round.
I like that.
Of course, the bro is like, bro on the right there.
It was a kangaroo thing.
So okay. They're doing the kangaroo move.
I like that.
Bro on the right, he with the what is it, 55 on his jersey? He's like, I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Let's see what the judges have to say.
So Nika, looks like Nika takes that unanimous both sides. So this battle,
unanimous both sides. You didn't get one person there for you, Raygun. Come on. My immediate thought right now is I want to go see a set of hers that's not Olympics related. Like, I want to see what she actually brings to the table, because if you can't do power moves, if you can't do speed as much as your opponent, there's plenty of other ways you can go. There's such variety in the dance world. That's one of the things I love about it. You don't have to be exactly the same as your opponent. But if your opponent, especially when they're going first, is delivering something of a certain caliber and you can't even match it, and then you're trying to act like you're just so, look at me, aren't I amazing? That's the quickest way to lose your audience. But I am not believing that that is all that Raygun is. I can't believe that. But if you guys want me to dive into more of this, let me know. I just wanted to take a moment to just see if this was as bad as what people were saying. I think the internet, like the internet does, or should I say the ignorant on the internet, chose to not really understand much about this. I don't think she was a bad dancer at all. There's nothing about this that was bad. She just had arrogance and took way too much time trying to be pompous when you really should have just shown off more moves. But that's my thought on that. You guys give me yours in the comments. If you want me to do more stuff like this, let me know. And I will check you guys out next time. I'll check you guys out. You better get on stage next. You better perform. Okay? And I'll judge that. Bye. Bro, are you actually kidding me? This is from a totally different breaking competition, and this one in the red is Raygun. Check this out. Way more energy right now.
Win back, so she's ready, back on it. Sometimes
look at that.
A little break. And adrenaline is your friend. Best friend.
Look at that. Are you kidding me? Girl, what the heck did you do? That already is leagues above what you just did. Where was any of this? Oh my gosh, I can't even. I kept thinking there has to be more to this than, her just being terrible and not being a good dancer. I was like, there has to be something. There has to be something here. Oh my gosh.